All right, let's talk a little bit more about CFDs. And the subject I want to broach is Joe Galliera. Now, I met Joe Galliera over 10 years ago. Joe Galliera is an amazing individual. He worked for SolidWorks for, I believe, 23 years as nothing less than a CFD expert. You notice I said SolidWorks. So Joe is considered to be one of the leading experts in the world on CFD technology because of his work at SolidWorks. Joe is the one that I have do the setups for all of my CFDs now. I used to do my own CFD setups, but I couldn't do complex ones that evaluated efficiency, enthalpy input, output, gas ranges, things like that. I couldn't do complex ones. All I could do was power input, power output, things like that. But Joe does some really complex CFD setups for me specifically based on my interaction of knowing him. And here's where we met. I was on LinkedIn one day, and I sent out a message and said, hey, I've got this amazing invention, and I'm looking for somebody to help me with certain aspects. And he comes on and says, I'll take a look at it. So I sent him a model. He ran a CFD on the model and came back with just the pressure loss, the velocity, and the temperature loss. Not loss, but temperature usage throughout the turbine. And it was like 78%. And he just goes, I'm in. This is amazing. You're like broaching on all kinds of new physics here. So he's been working with me for about 10 years. And he works right now, he works for a company doing nothing but CFDs. So he's a practicing engineer. Also, he's got a master's in mechanical engineering. He is perfect to validate everything I've done and everything that I'm doing, which is fantastic because that's something that I would need, is somebody with a master's in mechanical engineering to validate all of the work that I'm doing and the ability to do the setups for the CFDs so we know they're done right. I love Joe. He's been my friend for the last 10 years. He's also a partner. So he's involved in the turbine technology as well as the development and other things associated with the technology. We've done CFDs for the 13.3, I think I've mentioned this already, 13.3-inch turbine all the way down to the 55-millimeter turbine, which gets an amazing 75% efficiency. And again, Joe did all of the setups for all of these turbines and validated all of the results. I summarize the results via an AI. What I do is I take the table data of the results from the CFD, and I plug them into an AI and say, summarize this for me. And then it puts out a summarization of all the results for the pressure, the temperature, the flow characteristics, the model characteristics, all of the information that's required to evaluate the CFD. I'm gonna shut it down at this right now. But anyway, Joe Galliera, his name is Flow Joe, and that's what he goes by, Flow Joe. Look him up. He's world renowned.